And it's going to continue to get interesting. It's going to continue to get interesting, especially the looks on the faces when you can. What did that sister say when that wicked European shot her in the face? I rebuke you. She rebuked the devil. When you tell the truth to somebody, when you tell the truth, when you look them in their eye and you tell them the truth, and you say, no, hold on. America and the surrounding islands is all Moorish property, all Moorish lands. They're going to tell you you're not to identify with being a Moor because you're sub-Saharan. You don't have no history. Because when you say you're a Moor, or you're reclaiming your nationality, your birthright, and you're reclaiming all your property. Although Moors weren't in the Americas, there's a Moorish castle in Cuba, El Morro Castile, Havana's richest historical landmark, is a Moorish castle. Cuba is an American island. There's a Moorish castle in Cuba, but they gonna tell you the Moors weren't in the Americas. Fort Proctor in Louisiana, that's a Moorish castle. They call it abandoned Fort Proctor. They don't want you to know that's a Moorish castle. See, all the Moors weren't in the Americas. Moorish Castle in Louisiana. Moorish Castle in Havana, Cuba. Oh no, you're just supposed to identify with being a sub-Saharan African Negro that came here on a slave ship that didn't have no language, you didn't have no written history, you didn't have nothing. But as soon as you identify yourself with your proper nationality, always hell to tell the captain. Because now you find your landmarks and your castles all over the Americas. Moors weren't in the Americas, but it's a Moorish fortress in Castillo del Moro. In the Americas, that's Cuba. Like I said, all the islands are American islands. They're just named San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's a Moorish property. Havana, Cuba. That's Moorish property. Moorish castles over there. Moorish fortress. Moorish Castle, Louisiana. Moorish castles on the mainland. See, all the Moors weren't in the Americas. All your castles are all over here. They know you can't read and to see, or most of our people can't read to understand, so they can it's right in your face and you can't see it. No, Moors weren't in the Americas, and your castles are all over the place. That's why they call you a moron. They say, "Oh, he's a moron," because they say you're stupid. You're an idiot. They can't. You don't know nothing. All the Moors weren't in the Americas. San Felipe del Moro Castle, Moorish Castle in Puerto. They'll get online. They'll go on live and mock Moors that don't know. And they got castles on the island, all over the islands, Moorish castles all over the place. In the Americas, all over. Moorish castles all over the Americas. The Moors weren't in the Americas. Your castle's right there on one of those islands. But you weren't in the Americas. You were just sub-Saharan, a Negro that came on a ship. And your buildings are right in your face and you can't even see them. But once you claim Negro or black, they got you. Once you claim Negro or black, they got you. Then they're going to argue out of that because that's Negro is the slave. See? Once you claim you're the Moor, it's a wrap. It's over. All the Moors weren't in the Americas. The Moors were. Don't forget now, blue means morals, right? For the sake of this map. Now, I've already shown the castles, right? We know blue means moral. See? All over Europe. Blue means more, right? All over there. Hold on. Remember, blue means more. Ain't that Cuba? That's Havana, Cuba. That's the Moorish fortress right there in Havana. All the Moors weren't in the Americas, but you got a fortress, a Moorish fortress right there in Havana. And from Havana, where is it going? Where's that dotted line going from Havana? Is it going to New Orleans, Fort Proctor? See? That dotted line is going straight to the abandoned Fort Proctor, to the other Moorish castle. See? Havana's El Moro, richest historical, see, from Havana, straight dotted line, where? To Fort Proctor, the other Moorish castle. See? You don't know that. See? Puerto Rico, weren't we just in Puerto Rico? Why are they in Puerto Rico? Because it's a Moorish fort right there, and it's all connected. Think it's connected for nothing? From Puerto Rico to Jamaica, yes, there's a Moorish fort in Jamaica. Yep, it connected to Havana, right? Now we'll go back. Puerto Rico, there's the Moorish castle in Puerto Rico. Okay? Sail from Puerto Rico, go to Jamaica, come around, hit Havana. There's Havana, the Moorish fortress in Havana. From Havana to where? Fort Proctor, right there, Louisiana, Moorish fort. See? From Havana, dotted line straight up to the other Moorish fort. Moorish castles all over. It's all blue because it's all Moorish property. See? Didn't we just say blue in Africa was morals? Ain't that the tip of Africa? Huh? See, they're not going to show the dotted line. Well, they're showing the 30. They're showing the 30, and they're showing the Tropic of Cancer. See, and the equator. But they're not showing a dotted line straight across. No, they don't want you to know that we're already in the Americas. We're already in the Americas. Who? The Moors. They're going to argue you up and down. They're going to tell you you're sub-Saharan African, so you don't even open your eyes and know your history. It's a wrap. All praises to the Most High. Honors to noble Drew Ali. Honors to noble Drew Ali, who brought us our birthright, our nationality back. Honors to the Prophet. Honors.